Beep, 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 beep. We're back.
We are back. So for our second movie is I say bleep, but it's expletives, right? So anyways, this movie is both a documentary. It was my choice also. This is a documentary and a story. It requires an open mind and
Possibilities.
a world, yes, of possibilities where everything is alive and reality changes by every thought.
That's the premise. Yeah.
You know, yeah. And this is the story part of it because it's, like I said, it's documentary. A deaf photographer, it's played by Marley Matlin, is caught in the world of quantum mechanics. Doesn't it already sound interesting? Right? That's all I had to hear. And I was like, what? Quantum mechanics, neurobiology, and human consciousness. Sounds light, right? Down the rabbit hole we go. The movie tries to investigate the mystery and they use animated snippets to make its point. Quantum physics, mysticism. Oh my God! We start with Amanda. We start with Amanda, who is played by Marley Matlin. She's a middle-aged woman, a recently divorced photographer, and she's about to enter the rabbit hole. We join her on her journey, and that's the beginning. But when I first heard of it, I was like, okay, this is right up my alley.
Oh, it so is, Susie.
You know, it was like the only had one problem with it, and I didn't have problem with it the first time I watched it because I was so amazed. It was like, who made this movie? Actually, who did make this movie was William Arntz, Betsy Chas,
Right.
and Mark Vincent.
Who were students of the Ramses School of Enlightenment at the time. Yeah.
Ramdas? Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
It makes total sense.
That makes sense.
And I was saying the first time I didn't have a problem with it, but the second time I would have liked them to eliminate. You know, I don't like schmaltzy stuff, and I felt like I didn't need the spiritual part of it. Although that they put it in that framework. You know what I mean? So I thought it was great that. It's like you can change your reality. And they actually, in their theory, you can. You
Right.
can change your reality by thinking
Thoughts.
different.
Yeah.
If you like. That there's options. You make choices. And those choices create realities
Yeah.
based on what you think. So that was what I thought was like, okay, you must see this movie. It's like
Especially if you're in a rut or you're stuck somehow or things aren't going your way. It really, because I saw it when I was just like that. You know what I mean? And it just changed the way I thought.
yeah, you have to have an open mind to
Right.
to watch it, I believe.
Right.
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm done. I obviously picked the movie. I actually love the movie.
I think the movie is brilliant. I'm
Yeah.
going to go next if nobody minds.
And that's a good word.
It's brilliant. I mean, when I first saw it, I was blown away, but I was probably ready to see a movie like that because basically by using quantum physics, the scientists and whoever
Neurobiology.
whoever quantum physicists are, right? They explain it on a very interesting and like you're talking to a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah, comprehensible level.
Really so easy to understand with visuals. It's funny, I didn't know all that about Marley Martin, the part she was playing. I didn't know she was divorced. I didn't care really. She was just right. But it's the viewpoint of the physical universe and how thoughts can change it, and that's I remember trying
Or is creating it all the time.
always creating it, and that's an old theory from many years ago. It's metaphysical.
Yes.
And what's interesting is when they ask about God, all these scientists believe in God, but not the way we think of God. It's a whole different way of looking at it.
God is a consciousness.
Yes. But that they made this quantum, I thought, how am I going to watch a movie about quantum physics? I can barely pass biology or, physiology. And they did. And it was interesting. So even if you don't have an open mind, I would say watch it because it might just crack open something. You know, I loved it.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah, this is probably one of my all-time favorites, I would have to say, as far as movies go. The extended cut as well, because we watched just the 2-hour portion.
What's in the
You
extended
can get
cut?
that free on YouTube.
Yeah.
By the way,
It's just longer. It's 4 hours.
Wow.
So
It gives you more animation
it's
and
more
stuff.
information. It's like more scientist stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of, the documentary portion of it is a bunch of astrophysicists, not astrophysicists,
No, that's a
quantum physicists,
the exact opposite.
just really, really freaking smart people.
Yeah.
Is really,
really smart.
really smart people. And the movie, not only is it a story, the storyline with Marlee Matlin and her, what she's going through, and the things that come into her pathway that can change, and how she starts, thinking about it. That's like the storyline. So the storyline follows they made the storyline probably to follow what the physicists,
Right.
what the scientists were actually saying, with the questions that they were being asked. But it jumps into how we are all connected, how, and this is coming up now. Again, there's like a resurgence of this, where everything that's solid isn't really solid. They go down to like the atoms, and every atom has space in it. So where's the space in
Right.
something that's solid?
Right.
What is it? It's called matter. This is matter. But what is it? There's holes in here. There's space in here.
Should be
And
able
they
to
say
look through
thoughts
each
are,
other.
We should be able to. We should, like in higher consciousness,
we could do that.
we could probably do that.
Because they say thoughts are matter. It's the thoughts
Right.
that make them matter. Like we believe
yes,
that's solid.
Yeah, we believe it's solid, so we can pick it up and do
And so
something
it's solid.
with it.
But if we didn't think it was solid or we'd never seen one before, tell the thing about the Indian.
Yeah, the Indians. Apparently, when was it Columbus? They said.
Christopher Columbus.
When Columbus was in New Guinea. Where did he hit? Where did he hit?
He hit Hispaniola, which is now the Dominican and Haiti.
Okay.
That was Hispaniola.
So when he was approaching a chieftain in the tribe, one of the tribes that was there, this is a true story, that he couldn't see. It was documented, right? Didn't
Yeah.
they say that it was
Yeah.
documented in the movie? Okay, that the chieftain couldn't see the boats off in the distance. That
Because it wasn't in their reality.
it wasn't in their reality that you could put something on the water and float and can carry people. But there were ripples coming up on the beach, and he knew that something was happening. And then eventually the boats got closer, and
he kept watching the ripples every day, and it slowly came to him.
that there was
Then he could
that's
see
what
them.
this
Yeah.
was.
That's
Yeah.
causing this.
But that's true
Yes.
in life. I mean, if you decide you want to be very happy in life, no matter what, right? If your thoughts are programmed for that, or just you aim it at that, that will become reality. And that's the basis, right?
But let's say we've seen pictures based. I'm trying to think of something that okay. Has anyone here seen an alien?
Alien?
No, but
Something
I'd
that's
love to.
not a Homo sapien, or an animal that's on our planet.
A shooting star that made a U-turn and went the other way once. And I was like, that must be an alien.
That would be interesting. If we
was
saw an alien,
Would we
see
know?
it?
Would
That
we
would be
actually
different.
know?
Yeah.
Would we see it?
Right.
Yeah.
Could we
Exactly.
see it? Because we've
That's very profound,
made
Sean.
assumptions
Yes.
on things, and
Would we
they look
recognize
like
it?
this with the huge
Because
eyes.
we have a perception
because we
of
have a
it.
perception, because we've been given that on TV shows, on cartoons, on
So a
different
4'2"
things.
guy comes up
4'2"
looking because I'm an
green
alien. We
guy
go,
just-
get out of here.
Yeah,
You don't have big eyes.
You're a leprechaun in a
Was it
suit.
Michael Crichton in the book? Was it that he said, was it the rock formation, and they spelled out, please surrender, or something like that? I didn't really know it.
But like, if
Yeah.
something that we had never seen before or never had a concept
Right.
of, I mean, I'm trying to think of something.
No, I
even
know exactly
more-
what you
Because
mean.
there's things in different realms too. Like there was, I think, was Perilandra, those books.
Oh,
Was
yes.
it that they could be
C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis, that they could be.
It's a
They could
trilogy.
be like you could be in another planet. It could be gases going by, and you don't know that that's a life form. So
Right,
because
okay.
Not everything's relative to our life form that way we look.
That's true.
There's all forms of life, so they could be all kind of weird things that do not exist to us, or at least to our
Well,
eyes.
in the ocean, I mean, it's one of my shows I watch. You know, they say that there's like 10,000 new species being born every day
Really?
because of little
Microbes
boops and bobops and jellyfishes and whatever the hell they're called.
I'd like to see a bebop.
if somebody said, hey, have you ever seen a bebop? It looks like this, whatever.
Right.
I wouldn't know because I've never seen it.
Right.
So if one stood in front of me.
You would
Or if
know.
I swam up to it, would I know that was a bebop? Would I be able to see it and visualize it?
Our mind would go to whatever that shape reminded us of. And
Right.
that's what we'd attach the name to.
Yeah. So it's a really interesting movie. I mean, you had said because we watched it together the other night. All the three of us, we watched a couple movies together. Yeah. You had said that everyone in school should watch this.
I really do believe that. Especially, they should watch it in grade 3, grade 7, and grade 12.
And I really think that's an interesting concept to put something like that
On the curriculum?
whether it's on the curriculum, like
Right.
and maybe someone has some science teacher maybe has put that out there.
That would be awesome.
to have their students watch that, and I think that would be really cool.
And not just science. I would, if I was a psychology instructor, I would put it in that.
Well, the psychologist in that was
Yeah.
very good. The woman, the psychologist.
The one who looks like
Yeah, Jeannie.
Yeah.
I dream of Jeannie.
I love her. She's
Yeah,
just
she's-
so like
And she explains things.
her voice is so
Sexual.
sexy,
Yeah.
and,
She's very sensuous.
and would we have sex? Would we? And her eyes are all like I dream of Jeannie, and she's like, and would we love? And what is our addiction? And
That was interesting.
That's another thing that we're
The addiction.
addicted to everything.
That's the brain is the
brain
biggest pharmaceutical in the world.
yes,
and
that we
whatever-
have all the chemicals we need.
And it releases chemicals, and we become addicted to the experience,
To the thought.
that gives us that
pleasure or
emotional
that
release.
chemical
So if
release.
it's negative, you will jump. Like if two people can watch something and say, "What a beautiful sunset," the person go, "I think it's going to rain in 5 minutes." That's their each one has their path.
Did you like the movie?
Okay, yeah, I'm done.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm
Oh,
done.
yeah,
Yep.
I didn't get a chance to see it with you guys. And I didn't get a chance to see it this time around, but I saw it a couple of times, back when it came out. And two things that I do remember from it was that, like the whole scene with "Addicted to Love," that song.
Yeah, with the
The music was great.
Oh, they had great music.
But how that, and I remember that from school too. That was one of the points that our body gets addicted to these chemicals that one of the things that they talk about is that. So that the brain releases certain chemicals that makes us feel good, even though if it's making us feel terrible.
Yeah.
If
We're addicted to that.
we're
Sure, if we're adrenaline
if we're
freaks,
yeah, so
for
if,
instance.
let's
It's
say
like being
if
a
I get
meth.
panic attacks all the time when I go out, but my body might actually like the chemical that's being released.
Or you've got the neural pathway to it.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like when you're obsessed with
And you
somebody
reinforce
and
it.
they drive
Yeah.
a red car. All of a sudden, all you see
Are red cars.
Yeah, and also, and you'll repeat the behavior, like if you, like they say, I have a pattern of bad luck and I always do things wrong, or no, you're just repeating that behavior to get that release again, to get
Yeah.
that drug.
Yeah.
So you'll find if it's a positive thing, you're lucky. If it's a negative thing,
Yeah,
then
you're screwed.
you're screwed. You're gonna find
No,
the way
no,
to
yeah,
screw
I think you
yourself.
have
Yeah.
to mentally
brain
make
can
it
release it.
a positive
Break it,
thing.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
the-
and it's practice.
And another
And-
point that we made too. Oh, go ahead.
No,
That I
no.
was the thing about words and how it changes was water.
The water,
Not
not
That
the
was
sun.
very
Oh,
good.
that
That
was
was
have a
amazing.
Nagasi?
love, whatever, and
Right.
changes that.
What's his name? Dr. Nagasi?
I can't
Nagasi.
remember
Nagaki-
because I science
Glad
one,
you
but-
can say it.
But the
Yeah.
power of words and how
Really
we have
check my notes.
that's why I have to always have a positive way of thinking or
looking
saying
in,
things
yeah.
because it actually does affect us when we wouldn't think about it. And the whole thing about the neural passage, how we connect and we keep repeating the same pattern, so it becomes almost hardened like a super highway.
Like an artery.
Yeah.
That's why now we have the latest thing that we've discovered is the mindfulness,
Mm-hmm.
and that what you're doing is you're rewiring. You're actually breaking up those things and creating new ones.
Yes.
and that's what you do: mindful thinking, mindful breathing. This is another
You
like,
don't-
like the yoga. They don't.
Yeah.
Okay, have you said everything you want to say about it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
liked it.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
score
a
it.
classic.
Yeah, I think we could probably spend 3
I know,
hours
yeah.
more
Yeah.
We could do a
talking
whole
about
episode
this.
on
That's how good the movie is.
That's how
yes,
good the
and
movie
you should
is.
watch it too.
Yeah,
because,
please watch this movie. It's
because
great.
it's going to. I know he said it's going to change your life.
Yeah,
At least change
literally.
the possibility of changing your life.
Yeah.
By understanding what's going on. So I think it's a very important movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's also a movie you probably never heard of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Didn't get huge exposure. Okay, so Patty, what do you
10.
think?
10.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, 10. It's a
10,
masterclass.
of course.
Yes.
Given.
Dun,
Okay.
dun.
You bebop, George.
We'll be back.